Hi, this is attorney Mike Grevlin coming to you from Chicago as usual, and today we're going to take another look at Wild Court Moments. We're going to visit our old friend Judge Tabitha Blackmon and a little something we're calling Wild Court Moments number 7. Let's do it.
Take out of turn anyway.
He's approaching.
All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Chestnut, good morning, sir. The court does find probable cause. The state has filed charges in your case for an attempted murder in the second degree with a firearm.
Well, that's what initially got my attention on this one. The charge is attempted murder with a firearm, and you're going to have to hang out a little bit to see, but it's interesting how that charge plays out.
The court, meaning you are eligible for a bond at this time based on how the state has filed charges. Before we get to that, I will order that all of the previous conditions apply that I previously ordered, such as no possession of firearms, weapons, or ammunition, with the exception that you can check it in and out of work based on your line of work, sir.
I find this thing right here fascinating. He's got a crime involving a firearm, but he's a security guard, you'll find out. And they're allowing him to use weapons at work, if that's part of his job, apparently. So those are the bond conditions she's setting, and I'm surprised that they're doing that, although it probably does make sense, and we'll discuss it as it goes. That's the big question for me.
And you cannot have any contact, direct or indirect, still, now that you're eligible for bond, sir, with the alleged victim, meaning you can't call him, text him, email, social media, send a family or friend to send a message to him. Understood?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Mr. Linder, what's the state's recommendation?
Your Honor, I'm going to need a moment to check for priors.
All right, thank you. While he's doing that, Mr. Redmond, did you want to proceed or did you want to wait to see if he had any priors?
Well, Judge, I can put forth to the court that, as you know, my client is a security guard. He's licensed through the state of Florida. Besides this, this is the only time he's found himself on this side of the law. Judge, that being said, I do want to give him a chance. He has been sitting in custody for a while. What I would like to do is ask the court if they would entertain a $25,000 bond and all the terms and conditions that you've already spoken about.
Well, a couple of interesting things there. He's charged with attempted murder. That's a pretty darn serious charge. And his attorney comes on and says he has no priors. That is a strange circumstance. It's been a long time, but as a former prosecutor, you don't see that. This guy's older. He has time to create a record. And it makes it sort of difficult because the behavior is really out there, but it's also out of line for him. So it's interesting for me just to see how is the judge and the attorneys going to navigate this scenario. I also find it strange that he's got a face mask on. He might be in a public facility, which would explain it. But I mean, I'm in court or at depositions almost every day. I'm always in a room by myself, either in my condo or my office or something like that. I never wear a mask because it's already hard enough with Zoom, but whatever. I just found that interesting too.
Hi, this is Ali with the Sovereign Citizen Patrol, and thanks to all your generous support, I'm getting belly scratches. So please remember to hit like and subscribe so I get some more.
Judge.
All right, thank you, Mr. Redmond. Let's wait on Mr. Linder to see what the state recommends.
Gonzalez Sarcano. Gonzalez Sarcano.
Thank you, Judge. Your Honor, while I see no history, I do have concerns based on the level of violence alleged in the original probable cause affidavit on the attempted second-degree murder. The state would be recommending a $100,000 bond. Also, now that he is bond eligible, pretrial release supervision with a GPS monitor level 2. Nothing further.
Okay, that's interesting to me. So the prosecutor confirms there's no history. What his defense attorney said was right. He can't find any criminal history, and now he's sitting on Zoom and he's looking at it. But if he had some major priors, he could pull that up real fast probably. So the defense attorney asked for a $25,000 bond. The prosecutor asked for a $100,000 bond. Both of those sound light to me, although it's all professional all the way around here. given the fact that it's an attempted murder charge, but it's really strange. It's an attempted murder charge from a guy with no prior history. It's an odd scenario.
All right, thank you. Mr. Rudman, does he have a set schedule?
Not that I have in front of me, nor is there one that I would put forth to the court at this point. If you did want to do standard pretrial without the GPS monitor, he could provide the schedule to them.
All right, so I am going to do open schedule since he doesn't have a set schedule based on his line of work, which will not prohibit him from working. Sir, the court finds the state's request to be more than reasonable based on the allegations that there was video surveillance, that this was a road rage incident, random act of violence. You allegedly got out of your moving automobile and shot into the alleged victim's car approximately 8 times. There were 3 independent witnesses that also witnessed this and identified Mr. Chestnut in a live show up.
Wow. This all emanates out of a road rage incident. He gets out and discharges a firearm 8 times into the car with video surveillance and 3 witnesses. Things are not looking good for this guy.
And also indicated that he was the primary aggressor. There was no indication that notates that the alleged victim fired or shot at all. The court will set bond at $100,000, pretrial release with an open scheduled GPS so that he can still work. The conditions that I've already put forth on the record regarding no victim contact and no firearms, weapons, and ammunition outside of work still apply. Anything else on Mr. Chestnut's case this morning?
Judge, not trying to argue with the court, but any chance of 75,000 instead of 100? I know you said it's more than reasonable, but I want his family to be able to make it.
No, sir, I've already ruled. You can always file a motion with this division judge for a bond reduction. It's Judge Uson, okay?
Well, this is why I like Judge Tabitha Blackmon. She's just a pro. She handles this without any emotion. She's just doing all the right things. The defense attorney asked for a bond reduction very politely, and she says, you know, sorry, no luck. I'm keeping it the way it is, but I've got no problem with you asking. And so she's just very efficient in dispensing justice here. And also, as pointed out in one of her prior appearances, I did a video called Funny Court Hearings or something like that, number 1. And one of the inmates was gushing all over Judge Blackmon. It's pretty funny.
That's fine, Judge. I appreciate it. Sorry to do that to you. Have a good day.
Not a problem, sir. Take care. Good luck to you, Mr. Chestnut. Be in touch with your attorney. All right.
Well, there you have it. I just thought that was interesting. I haven't seen a situation like that before. A guy gets charged with attempted murder, but he doesn't have any record. You know, how hard are you on him? Now he's a security guard and apparently has uses weapons at work, and do you restrict that or not? I'm surprised the judge didn't, but I don't know. That might be the normal play. I'm not really criticizing. I'm just observing it and thinking that's interesting. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below. Do you think that he should be able to use his guns at work and then check them back in and then leave after he discharged 8 rounds into a car? I don't know. That's interesting. Also, I think this is now Judge Blackmon's 3rd appearance, so I think she's earned herself her own playlist. Here at Law Talk, we do a lot of videos answering common legal questions. We also do reviews of law in the movies and then on TV. We also share some of our more interesting cases. We're always putting out new videos. So if you like that, please hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell.